Hey, welcome to Trap Souls Podcast. I am Ryan. I'm here with Drop Dead Paranormal, Heather and Carissa. How you doing?
Good.
Good.
How are
How are
you?
you?
Good. So let's start with the name, Drop Dead Paranormal. Where'd it come from?
From tossing a lot of names around. Pulled lots of names, put them in a list, just kept going down, and that one really stuck. And I really wanted to find something that I felt like fit us as a group. And then, from the name decision came the Lady Reaper, and it just all came together.
How is Kansas paranormal wise? I mean, I haven't had anybody on from Kansas yet. I don't think so. If I did, I apologize. But I don't
We
think
have
I've
a
had
lot
it.
going on.
No, it kind of hit the same. I mean, I'm sure they're in there somewhere. We just haven't uncovered them yet. But we kind of in our area kind of hit up the same kind of rotating. We have added a few more on um, in there this year. So we've got some new ones, but we do have our ones that we hit up regularly.
So Kansas as a state, I mean, I think farmland, tornadoes. I mean, that's what I think of when I think of Kansas. Is that most of the state that way?
Yes. Yes.
I'm not making fun of Kansas. I just because you said there's not many places, so I'm thinking just a lot of spread out areas.
So in our local area, so Heather and me are a little bit different. She really likes to go to some of the well-known places, and I do too. We all love that, but I also really love our local establishments and just kind of mom and pop places, businesses, homes. Those are my favorite. But Heather has us really branching out this coming year and getting out of our little circle, out of, because we hit Atchison. Atchison's supposed to be like one of the most haunted cities in the United States, and Garnett, Kansas. And then some of our local things here that we get to do, some things that we can't talk about. But
Yeah, no, I understand that. So how far are you guys going to branch out next year? Like,
We are going to Ashmore Estates and Malvern Manor. So a little further out. These will probably be, I mean, outside of, I can't remember how long. Missouri State Penitentiary was probably another one that was a little bit of a drive for us. And I think Ashmore will probably be our longest. I think that's, God, I looked
was
all
that the
these up
9
a
or the
while ago.
14?
Oh no, those are we were looking at Trans Allegheny with Scott from Ghostlight, but then also Waverly. I was like, why are we going all the way to Trans Allegheny? This is 14 hours. We can go to Waverly and it's 9.
yeah,
But yeah, so I'd say probably Ashmore upcoming is going to be our biggest trek that we've done so far.
Ashmore is about 7 hours from me. I mean, if I was you, I'd go hit Waverly, Old Hospital on College Hill, then Trans Allegheny. They're right in the line. I mean,
That sounds like a whole like week long trek that we would really have to plan for.
oh, it is. We did a week long last year. We did 6 places in 5 nights.
Wow.
Don't do that ever.
Awesome.
Don't ever do that.
I wish. I've got a little one and my husband's a truck driver, so it kind of makes it hard during
Yeah.
the week to branch out too much. Now, if I plan far enough ahead, I could maybe make it happen, but yeah, that would be a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, let's talk about like family and paranormal. I mean, it's not brought up a lot, but it's a lot trying to plan stuff around family, especially like my wife is not into this stuff. So she's like, hey, let's go do this. And she's like, oh, you're doing that again? Which, she's not into it. I'm fine with that. And she's fine with me doing it, I think. But yeah, it's hard planning. How many people are in your group?
We have 3
30.
right
So,
now. Yep.
so that's not bad. I mean, I had 7 in mine. I think I still do. It's hard to get everybody together with
Yeah.
work and family.
It really is, especially if you're taking, time off work and that kind of stuff, because we all work for the same company, but different departments. So some are busier than others certain times a year. So it's just, yeah, it can be a little challenging, but we seem to make it work.
Yeah, we burned through our PTO very well with this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the one kid guy, not kid, guy that I do this with, he went to a different shift, totally opposite of me. So now, like our vacations, it's hard to plan. But we got a couple weeks off together this year, so we can hopefully hit some stuff. Say we're going to Indiana. All right, so let's get into some paranormal stuff here. What are the hot spots out there for you? Like, you guys hit a lot of the same spots. Like, what's the one spot? If I'm coming out to Kansas, what's the one spot I have to go to?
I mean,
Here.
yeah, it's such a close, because there's 3 spots in my mind that have like their own unique qualities that make them so special, and that have been super active when we've went dang near every single time. It's like a little love triangle between Garnett, Sleeper, and the Villa, McIntyre Villa. In my mind, anyways.
Yeah, I mean Garnett's popular. I've heard of it. So I mean, what is Garnett's just a house, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it used to be a hotel for a really long time. Started out as a residential spot, though, when it was first built. I mean, gosh, 1858, right? So we're talking lots of history. A photography studio, a jail,
Doctor's office.
Doctor's office was the last thing that it was. So yeah, it's seen a lot. It was part of the Underground Railroad. It's got where you could see where the tunnel was downstairs in the basement. Like it's packed full of history. But it's a house. There's about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know, 6 or so rooms on the first floor, and 4 or 5-ish on the second. So it's pretty good size.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes it haunted?
What doesn't make it haunted?
Mm-hmm.
Is there like one spirit at the Garnett house that sticks out above everybody else?
Mm-hmm. We have yet to figure out. I mean, that's, I think, the most intriguing part about Garnett and what keeps like drawing you back. And I mean, really it could be with any location too, like for other investigators. But for us, I feel like the more we go, the more we find out answers. So there's a particular entity that is called the Grinner there. He's been seen a few times throughout the house. He is very tall, has somebody painted a picture of him where they saw him in the house at one point. And he has long fingers. He has a big grin. He's just very creepy looking. They've also seen him in the form of like a goat. Yeah, he's haven't quite figured out what he is yet. I have some theories. I don't know if he was brought there or if it was just something that kind of, I mean, 1858, so a lot of history, a lot of dark history when it comes to, I mean, there was a freed slave that lived in the attic of that house for the original owner, or the guy who built it, and he murdered a woman across the street with an axe, and then allegedly, and then came back on upstairs because he used to stay in the attic, and then they ended up hanging him for that crime. And so I don't know if it's something else that's just gravitated toward like the darker things that have happened at that house throughout time, or what he is, but we're finding out little by little. I feel like you find out more and more.
Like you're talking like goat and stuff, and I'm not going to use the word that everybody uses when they say that type of stuff. But do you think it's just an entity that was non-human?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's possible. It's just that there are some recurring spirits that we converse with when we're there. We don't know if for sure. We think David is the grinner when David comes through. And David often, sometimes he could be super conversational, but other times when he comes through, he just gets really nasty really quick. And then John was the name of that person who was accused of killing Adeline. And we get that name that's come through a lot. And then Heather saw upstairs that cowboy shadow figure, and it was in what's called the cowboy room. And he, she could tell that story, but so I just feel like we get some of those real recurring spirits. And just like any place, sometimes you might go and the activity level feels kind of, lower. You have to really kind of work for it. And sometimes you walk in there and they'll start in with you before you can even set a piece of equipment up. So
Garnett is known really too for the location where objects are moved regularly. Justin he's got dolls and ping pong balls and all sorts of stuff around the house. And, some of them have sat there for weeks. And then all of a sudden, for no rhyme or reason, it'll just bloop and topple right over. I've had a moment where I asked, we popped out for a quick second. We were there for a couple nights and popped out to get some air. And I asked for a particular doll to fall and come back in. And there it was on the ground. So that's always a lot of fun.
I mean, it seems kind of cool because you guys go there a decent amount of times, but the spirits know you and you know the spirits.
Yeah, definitely.
That's one of the good things about going back to, it can get boring doing the same thing over and over and over. But on the other end, it's kind of neat that you're like, hey, Heather's here. Sweet. Let's make this doll fall off,
And you almost need, because you can't go to a location just once or twice and figure it all out and know, so you really are like feels like we're peeling back layers. And we converse regularly with Ashley with Pin Paranormal. She loves going there too. And it's so fun to compare stuff that she's, got and then what we've got. And you can kind of build on that and converse with theories and who this might be or what happened here. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think I've watched every Garnett video out there from any paranormal team who's ever gone.
Mm-hmm. It's so fun to see stuff that like they pick up on and you're like, we got that too, or something similar. So
yeah, especially if someone's just going there, like people go to Waverly just once just to say they did it, and then they have something that happened to you guys a few times. And they might say, did this really happen? And you'll be like, yeah, this happens all the time. So you just confirm to them, yes, stuff there happens. As a paranormal group, you're out there trying to get answers.
Right.
And that's what you're doing at the Garnett House. Cool. I mean, we go to Waverly. I've never been to Waverly. I've been to Trans-Allegheny twice, but you go to those big places kind of just to say you did them.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just to step foot. I mean, that's the fun part too about paranormal is just the history.
Yeah.
That's like when we went to the Missouri State Penitentiary, just being in there and immersing yourself in what they may have experienced. Being in that prison is just crazy. I mean, you could sit in the gas chamber, for God's sakes, in the same chairs where, they sat, walk that same walk that they did. It's crazy.
No, I think it's cool what you guys are doing out there. I mean, I'm a big believer every group should have their spot. I have Madison. I've done it 13 times right now, and it's fun. But to go out, like you said, history-wise, like the step in a Trans-Allegheny is just unbelievable. Ohio State Reformatory. A lot of people ask why you do this, and it's not all about the paranormal. It's about the history, too. Like, we go out there, and if I wasn't doing this, I'd just be sitting at home doing nothing. It gets you out and a little bit social, I guess, even though we just talk to dead people. It's fine.
Sometimes they're the best people to talk to.
Agreed.
Yeah, we're doing a Black Friday event over at the Garnett House. It's going to be advertised as blackout, right, for Black Friday. So the idea is we're not going to have any lights. It's just going to be dark the entire time. which thankfully I've been in it half a dozen times, so I should remember the layout by heart, by now. So we'll see.
Do you believe in flashlights or no flashlights?
I mean, you got to have a little bit just to kind of get yourself set up, but then we do like to go dark.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm a no flashlight. I mean, yeah, safety wise, like you don't want to be falling downstairs or hitting coffee tables or whatever. But once you're settled, I really do love sitting in the dark. It's peaceful until something touches you, then it's not. But,
or you hear a nice little whisper right behind you. You're like,
oh, your name called. It's great.
Right. Can we talk about that? How expensive places are. My gosh. We do so much more if they weren't, which I get it. Like you gotta pay for the building. You got bills to pay, right? But
I mean, that's the big thing right now to talk about is like, but majority of these owners, I've had a few on the show that what they get from us is what they put back in the building.
Yep.
We're talking like old hospital on College Hill. I mean, that place is old. That's the reason why it's called that. But, they bought it just to keep the building from not being torn down. No desire for paranormal. And all of a sudden, it's paranormal hotspot. Mm-hmm. But, they don't live like kings. They have to make a living, obviously, but a lot of that money goes back in. But nowadays, it's becoming a business.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You have people buying stuff that really don't care about the paranormal, that just want the business. Mm-hmm. So are you guys seeing that out there more? Like,
yeah, I don't think I have seen anything particular. I've heard of different places, but I don't think we've ever experienced it firsthand.
Well, we won't name the place, but I remember what you told me about the gentleman that you called, and I think it was on his website. It's like, oh yeah, we're just, make a donation, and then you make an offer, and they're like, no, that's not enough, I'm like, okay, well, just set a price then, okay?
I forgot about that one. That one was it's like, we just take donation. Well, here's a donation because I've never been, I don't know, whatever. And he's like, that's a really small donation. I'm like, well, then forget you.
That's a lot of money to me.
Donation is a donation, like.
Exactly. Do you want it or not? Because we might continue to come back, continue to donate.
We honestly work with amazing, amazing owners. Justin's amazing. Stephanie at McIntyre Villa, Tori at Sleeper. I mean, these folks are for real. Yeah, they are. They're top notch. Like, we could talk about them all night and it would be good.
No, the owners of these places are amazing. I mean, to me, I always tell them, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be doing this. Mm-hmm. I mean, we'd be going to some graveyards and doing this. But
right. We do that too.
We'll talk about graveyards in a second, but they always come back and say, well, if it wasn't for you, then we wouldn't be able to do this too. So it goes vice versa.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about graveyards then. I'm not a big believer graveyards are haunted. Chris is giving me the mean eye here.
Oh, no. Come to Topeka, we'll take you. You will change your mind like that.
That's what everybody says. Like, I'll prove it to you. But this is my theory. If I died, I'm not hanging out at a graveyard.
Well, who says they're hanging out and they're not just like, they don't have some way to just pop in? Who's not to say they just like come in and come out?
What are they coming to see? A dead body?
I guess. I don't know. Well, that's the beautiful part. We don't know.
I mean, they know where they're buried. They know where they're buried. I think the spirit world has, a pulse on, things that's connected to them. I mean, we did a whole event at the Topeka Cemetery here where we were with this other lady. I don't want to drop names, but she was trying to find certain Civil War soldiers. And so we visited one time for that. And then Ghostlight Paranormal ended up having an event on the same night that we were returning to the pet cemetery because the owner was like, look, we don't let our employees go down there alone. They're constantly hearing growls. They're constantly seeing shadow figures. And that is another place that was just, believe it was popping. I mean, it was amazing.
I mean, you set your dead bell out in the middle of the an open area where there's no power lines, there's nothing that could possibly trigger it, and it's just going nuts. Like, it just doesn't make sense, so there's got to be something.
Yeah, I mean, the more I do this, the more I think, yes, I believe stuff is attached to certain places or connected. I won't say connected to certain places or certain things, but I also believe that if you ask, people are going to ask enough questions, spirits are going to come because they want to be heard too.
Definitely.
So, I mean, that is possible. That's possible with cemeteries too. People are going there asking questions, and it's their time to give some answers. Like, I want to be heard too. So,
Well, and our other person, Mindy, she was a paramedic, and I think that I think she has company, a lot of company all the time, like spirits,
like attachments, or just spirits are like, hey, I'm here.
I don't know if I would want to call them attachments, but one of the undisclosed locations that we went to, there were some spirits that came through that had been her patients on ambulance runs that had passed away. And there was a lot of really specific information that came along with it. I think I can say all that, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No, I mean, that's cool. I mean, hopefully they're coming back and like thanking her for what she did. I mean,
it's almost like, do you think, I just had this thought, what if we hear about portals, right? Usually you hear about in like places like, oh, in this particular room, there's a portal. What if maybe not every time, but what if when you're investigating, sometimes you're opening up kind of your own portal that has some sort of connection to the other side, to another dimension. You know what I mean? Like when you're opening yourself up. Am I just talking crazy? I don't know. It's just not.
Oh, you're making me think now.
What if you open that up and then that allows, maybe spirits that aren't necessarily in the cemetery, but it's like they're wherever they are and they see this humongous, I don't know, they see this humongous hole that they're just like, wonder what's going on in here. Oh, they're talking to us. Hey guys, come over here. They're talking to us over here. They can hear us, like what if that's what's happening?
Like a portal attachment to yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call it attachment though either. Just like you're opening up that communication, and so it's like opening up something on the other side that gives spirit some sort of like notification. I don't know. I say notification like they're getting a ring on their phone or something, but yeah, I don't know.
No, I mean it's totally possible because, and I'm a big believer that if you ask enough questions, you can make any place haunted.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
If you just sit there and ask questions, hey, why are you doing, I believe spirits will come because they want to be heard. That's my theory. We will never know, but I don't want to try that at my house. But
they've had plenty. I forget what that. I wish my memory. It's like their little bits and pieces, but the exact names, right? So they did that experiment years ago where they like created a haunting. Right. I 100% think that you could do that. Your mind is so powerful. You can create crazy stuff without even really knowing, All
right, I'm going to bring up these two words and see what your thoughts of it. Ley lines.
Makes me think of Ghostbusters.
Oh, yay or nay?
I don't know. I don't know if I've given that much thought.
I haven't.
Wow. Two paranormal investigators. About ley lines.
Hey, we can't know everything, right? Okay, we got to learn some stuff too. So teach us.
The biggest hoax I believe there is in the paranormal world.
Okay.
That's my theory on it. Spirits jumping on a train and traveling. Like what I picture is like Finding Nemo. When they jump into the top, whatever you call it.
With all the turtles?
Yeah. That's what I picture ley lines as. Like, hey, come on. Okay, sweet. The current.
No. We'll leave him in Ghostbusters.
Do you guys plan on going bigger as a group or?
Probably not too big. We do like the smaller, more intimate settings, group sizes. We do have, so how this kind of all started was in my department that I was in, I got tired of asking the same girls over and over again. And I'm sure they were tired of me asking all the time, come on, let's go ghost hunting. And you're like, oh, Heather, God, here she goes again, right? So we have these groups at our job that's called ERGs, or employee run groups. You can create them. We have like a little chat. And I'm like, I bet you there's more spooky people in our group of, 900 plus employees. It's just not a conversation that you just randomly bring up. Hey, you like ghosts? And they're like, no. So I created this group called That's the Spirit and started gathering people in. And so we use that group to have like bigger investigations. I usually do a couple of events per year with that group that we then attend and kind of help navigate, because a lot of them, we have a lot of regulars that have come since I've started it, but every now and then we'll have some new people that have never ghost hunted before. So we kind of help lead them. And those are usually like, 10 to 15 people. And so those are kind of our bigger groups. So we like to keep this one more on the small side.
You guys collaborate a lot with other groups then, or?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've been doing quite a bit, and are actually going to pair up with a couple new people next year. Hope to be more too. We met ICT Paranormal at our latest investigation over at Beatty Mansion, and we're hoping to connect with them again in February at the Brown Mansion. Hopefully that ends up working out. We're still in works with that, but then Ashmore, we're getting together with Patriot Paranormal. So we've never investigated with them before, so it's pretty exciting.
So my group's 7 people. It's been hard to try to find. I like doing this. My kids are older, so it's easier for me to get away, not so much for them. So I kind of just started collaborating with a whole bunch of people. I mean, it's been great. I never really thought, because let's be honest, there's some, I don't want to say weird, there's some weird people out in the paranormal field. Yeah. I mean, you do have to be careful, just like life. Mm-hmm. You're going to go into an undisclosed, dark location, people you never met before.
Right.
So, I mean, you got to be careful what you do. But luckily, the groups I've had work with have been great. So I actually enjoy collaborating. A lot of stuff I do now is by myself. So equipment-wise, what's your go-to? Like, what do you guys like using?
Well, I've always loved our dead bell, and I really like our tripwires.
Tripwire.
Mm-hmm.
2 famous things now.
Yeah. I remember seeing, God, who used it first? I think I saw Twin Paranormal video maybe or something like that on YouTube, and saw the dead bell. I was like, I need that right away. I was like, that is so cool. And I think the spirits love it too. We get so much interaction on that and a lot of intelligent stuff too. It's a lot of fun. And just the tripwire is just great too.
Yeah, someone just posted something about the dead bell today. You believe it or don't believe in it. A lot of people don't. It is very sensitive. I know that much. Mm-hmm. You do have to be very careful. If you're like 10 feet away and you're on live Facebook, it will set it off. So just people that, not you, I'm talking to everybody out there.
Yeah.
I'll just be careful. But just like anything you use, it's always good to have 2 pieces of equipment to verify what you're doing. Different types of equipment, like motion sensor, EVP, and dead bell.
How do you feel about the Ovilus?
So I have a Periscript. I think it was outrageously expensive. Not outrageous. It was expensive. I've used it twice, and I've had it for like a year. So obvious, same concept. Yeah, I think all the, like those tools, apps and everything, they're good starters. Mm-hmm. Again, I think you have to have something else to back it up, personally. What are people using now? The necrophiliac or whatever it's called?
Necrometer?
Yeah.
Necrophiliac, that's a bad word. I don't know.
Which we like that one a lot more than Spirit Talker. I feel like Spirit Talker we've used, we used at first because it was free, and then it would, some things that would come through would make sense to what like we were talking about, and then other things were just like whatever. I live in the forest. I'm like, there is no forest.
I mean, but you can spin it around here. But you can spin anything, right? Because like people are talking like, "What's your name?" It goes outside. Oh, you outside? Like, no, it's just spinning words out. But I think it's a good starter conversation.
Yes. Yeah, that was one thing that I do like, because sometimes it's hard to think of things to ask, things to say, whatever. So that can help help you think of things to bring up conversation, which then can in turn make other things happen. If you've got other equipment around, it can make that active,
Cat balls. I mean, you got to love cat balls. Mm-hmm. You have to.
Yep.
They're the simplest thing besides a digital recorder that you can have.
Cheap.
Flashlights.
Flashlights? No, I don't know. Oh, you're talking like the flashlight?
Mag lights.
Mag lights, yeah. Okay. I thought you meant I hate flashlights, but
we investigate in the dark around here.
Yeah. Well, you got bruises all over my shins. No, mag lights I was a little iffy about. I did a Shanley Hotel with Verona Ghost Chasers, and they did it, and I'm impressed with it. So do you think, okay, we'll ask this because this was brought up before. Do you think the spirits turn them on like by turning them, or do you think they go in between a contact to turn them on?
That's what I think.
Energy, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
There's so many people out there like, no, they're turning them. I'm like, they're not turning them. Like,
no,
it's possible. But I've never seen a flashlight.
It has to be really strong to do that.
Yeah.
Not saying it's impossible, just saying they'd have to be something.
That would take a lot of energy.
Yes.
I think more so than making contact.
Yes.
And any spirits out there that are listening, I'd rather you come up and smack me than turn a flashlight. That's better for me. So, no, I mean, mag lights are cool. We did
we love the Estes method too. That's definitely one of my go-tos.
Do you have certain people you can trust with it and certain people you can't? Not trust, but that's a bad word, but you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Spirit box is hard to understand.
It is.
Yeah. I don't think we've had really anybody that I can think of, because you can tell when somebody gets in and they're like, I don't know what the hell they're saying. They'll get a few things but I don't think I've ever witnessed anybody doing it. And I'm like, oh, they're full of it. They're just making things up. They're not. Everybody that we've seen do it, that's been in that's the spirit or in our direct group or just in the little, investigations we've paired with other teams on. I've seen people really, really try to listen and hone in on, what they're hearing. Where it gets tricky is when you start questioning yourself and what you heard. So you just, even if you're like, it makes zero sense, you just say it.
Yeah. And I think that's what you got to get over is like when you're under, it doesn't make sense to you, but it could make sense to the people asking the questions.
Absolutely.
Because it's like I don't want to say that. It sounds stupid. I've said it, and then you hear them laughing like, oh my God, like, oh my, I'm like, I don't know what just happened because I'm just talking. But no, Estes method is, I think Spirit Box and Estes method are like the go-to when stuff's not happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of gives them a way to communicate. Like if they're having trouble with, the equipment that you have out or whatever it may be, or don't have enough energy, but have enough energy to go over and say something to you.
Honestly, I like Estes even when things are popping, just because it's the one way that you could really drill down information when things are really happening. And with equipment, it's great. Like, hey, if you can understand me, can you set that off? Can you do it again? See if it's intelligent, see if it's on command, and if they're willing. But with Estes, you can really drill down into a conversation and go so much further than just, hey, confirming, there's a spirit here.
Have you guys ever done double Estes method?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was really cool, actually. I was just going down memory lane with some videos that we posted on our YouTube we did a a dual investigation event between Sleeper Mortuary and the McIntyre Villa. Mindy and I, we were at the villa with Fright Night, and Mindy and I were back to back doing Estes, and it was fun to listen to us kind of play off one another. And, even people that were sitting watching were catching on. They're like, oh my God, they're like finishing each other's sentences. And then she might say something that's in connection here. So yeah, that's a lot of fun and very interesting to compare.
Yeah, I mean,
We had 3 doubles that night. So Mindy and Heather, and then the 2 guys from Fright Night, and then Stephanie and Tori, the 2 owners of each location.
Mm-hmm.
So that was fun.
have you guys like split up in different rooms and done double Estes?
Yeah, I think so, haven't we?
At Garnett.
Yeah, that's right. You and I noticed too, Ryan, I've really been trying to pay attention to when we do Estes, asking questions. Sometimes you won't get, or a lot of the time you won't get an immediate answer. It's 5 questions down the line that you're getting your answer, or a few questions at least down the line, which you always try to like ask a question, but then, you get into it and you don't necessarily leave the time in between to really get. So I've even listening back to like our old videos and some, recordings and stuff. I'm like, there's the answer, right there. It's really interesting.
Got to like treat it like a EVP session.
Yeah.
Give that break. And so we do medicine seminary a lot. And when we go to Madison is when we take people that never done investigations before. We have equipment. I've been doing this for years. So that's one of the things, like they always want the EVPs. EVPs are awesome, but you don't know about them until 2 weeks later.
Do you ever try to do anything to like amp up the energy a little bit? I mean, we have dance parties sometimes. Sometimes it works.
That would scare everything away.
Ryan's like, I am not dancing.
Nacho's thing.
I'm not dancing.
I'm not dancing.
Come on. Yeah, we stuck Mindy in the basement of the McIntyre Villa on a live for, what did we do, Chris? Hour?
I think it was 30
to an hour, somewhere in there, and she was handcuffed and on a live, and all she had was a little a battery operated candle as her lights. We were nice. She had the live to talk to, so she had a little company, but yeah, it was very uncomfortable for her, but she crushed it.
I was told that about solos is if you do a live, you don't feel solo.
That's true.
Do you feel like now that you've been doing this longer, though? I mean, I can't say that I can't get uncomfortable. Sure, things can happen, but I don't know. It would take a lot more now to make me feel like, oh, like I'm scared, or it's not like it was in the beginning.
No, I mean, I think you can still get that feeling when you walk into a room and it feels heavy.
Yeah, for sure. But just to be scared or to be, if we get told run, like no.
No, I don't. I'm hoping I get that feeling again of like fear. Always a little fear sometimes, but I'm a solo basement freak. I love it. I mean, I was in the Ross house doing a solo and a shadow walked by me. And I was like, hey, a shadow just walked by me. Like, I didn't care. Like, a shadow walked by me, sweet. Of course, the camera's on my ugly mug and not pointed over there where the shadow was.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Always that way.
But, we talked about this before on other podcasts, like 20 years in now, what's it going to take to for you to be like, take a step back and say, wow, that was kind of freaky. I don't want to do this anymore. Have you guys ever had an experience starting out that you maybe maybe I got myself into a little too deep?
Not yet.
Mm-mm. No, if anything, thinking back to my very first investigation at the McIntyre Villa back in 2020, I was terrified. I knew nothing. Didn't help too that I was with a bunch of other girls that had never done it either. So, but that all that did was make me more curious. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm never doing that again. It was, when are we going back? We should go back.
No, I mean, I think the more you get into it, the more comfortable you're going to get. But I do believe fear does draw out spirits too. So,
100%.
I think you need to have balance.
Mhm.
So
That's
I'm
when
going.
you just bring bait.
Bring bait, somebody that's a little bit more jumpy,
Yeah, like Belle.
or
Yeah,
Heather Wilson.
we got.
We love you, ladies.
Let's talk about paranormal hangovers, real or not real.
Very real.
It's real. Yeah. Not
Like,
only are you like you're staying up all night and you're sleeping like crap, so then you're tired anyways, but I feel like you exert a lot of energy just being there sometimes at particular locations where you can feel groggy as hell for the next, 2-3 days.
you think it's just more mentally drained?
Both
Yeah.
mental, physical,
Mm-hmm.
kind
I
of
mean,
depends.
because I don't get too much, but I know a lot of people do. You can get mentally effed up on some of these places.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, for me personally, I don't think I've ever been kind of like down and out longer than maybe a day and a half ish. I kind of have groggy brain maybe for the next couple days or so, but I usually bounce back pretty quick. But it's just mainly it depends on where you're sleeping and stuff too. Really can really take a toll on your body, especially getting a little older.
And you're not even there yet, girl.
what's up? What's up, Texas? Yeah, I don't sleep much.
I
So
do. I've been known. I feel like out of the group to like the sleeper. I don't know what these times ago that we went. We went to bed at like 4 or 5, and then I woke up at like 7, and I thought I heard a woman whisper, and I was like, my ears just perked up. I was wide awake again, and I'm out there investigating, by myself while everybody else is snoozing. I'm usually the first one up when it comes to those type, So I don't normally sleep very much while we're there, but then get me home and I'm on the couch and I'm out. So
I can think of one time I've woken up and you were asleep. Every other time, you're always awake.
I never sleep at places ever. I mean, it could be 3 hours away.
That's part of the experience, though, really.
yeah.
I've never been scratched. I've never been pushed. Everybody says they want to. I don't want to be scratched or pushed. But if it happens, it happens too. So,
Speaking of scratches, I heard a very interesting theory on scratches that they're not bad.
I heard that the other day. What was about that? I don't remember.
It's just a way that they're trying to communicate with you and showing you that they're there. Just another, even pushing. I mean, like sometimes, just like with people, right? I mean, they were people. So you can push somebody because you're being mean and trying to, whatever. But maybe that's just them. That's how they can communicate. That's the only way they know how,
Yeah.
Maybe they don't mean to hurt you. It's just the only way they know, or maybe that takes a lot of energy to really show you that, like, hey, I'm right here. Like, because it gets your attention instantly, right? You're like, dang, like that hurt, and then,
Yeah. Why is there always 3 scratches?
It's not always. I've seen one or I've seen somewhere it's just one.
Yep.
One little scratch across the back of the neck or the arm or
The
now.
cat.
So 3 scratches might be something a little weird, but not. I don't think scratches are always weird, or bad.
Especially when you get into like, not to me because I'm a bigger guy, but like a mom, a female, like kids. They want your attention. Kids stay away from me because I'm a bigger dude, but like you're inviting, so kid spirits, if you believe in kid spirits, that's a theory out there too.
Mm-hmm.
Like tugging your shirt or maybe like scratching or whatever. So what do you think about kid spirits? I mean, a lot of theories out there. A lot of people believe there's no such thing as kid spirits. It's always something else portraying itself as a kid. I don't think people don't want to believe kids can be trapped here. Not trapped. I mean, that's my aim, but stuck in between.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's sad.
Well, it's not always intelligent too. I mean, you can get residual sounds, I mean, I think we did at Garnett one time we left.
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah, we left our recorder up there, and as we go over every month and help Justin keep the place clean, and so do a little investigating while we're there. And we popped out for a second and left the recorder and came back, listened to it later, and it sounds like children playing. Mind you, it was like 20 degrees outside. It was cold, but it sounded like a whole schoolyard of kids playing. That there was nobody outside when we got there, like no indication that children were anywhere near the building, and you can hear it plain as day.
Krista was over down there thinking, like,
It is something that I think about all the time. I have my belief system, and I can understand why people don't want to believe that there are earth, connected children's spirits. And I compare it with like the other parts of my belief system. And that's the thing is I think when I started doing this, I'm like, man, I really want to get some of those answers. And because people be like, why are of a sudden are you doing this? And I'm like, I've always been interested, and I just want to find some answers. But then when you do this, you just end up with more and more questions. So I honestly don't know how I feel about it. Do I want to think that like these younger minded spirits are attached to the earth because you think of kids and you think, okay, well, it's not their choice then. Like, and do I believe that either? Not really. So I don't know.
it's hard. I mean, because you hoping that they're not here, that they moved on. I mean, is it possible a kid's looking for its mom?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, spirit world, how much do you think is residual compared to intelligent?
Like percentage wise, I mean,
Just throw a number out there from your experience.
30% is residual.
Yeah, I'd have to agree.
Yeah. I mean, I think it depends where you go. Like Gettysburg, I think a lot of it's residual.
Oh yeah.
What beliefs do you have for like protection going into a place? Do you have anything?
Yeah, I mean, I think like spiritually, we're probably all a little bit different, but one of the things that we do when we go into a place now is we meditate together. And it kind of depends on what the location is and what kind of space we're going to have. Who are we with? It might be just 5 minutes if we can fit that in, or it might be, 25 minutes. But we use that time to set our intentions and to center ourselves and, open ourselves up to where we want to be. But I think a lot of the protection is in intentions and what you'll allow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And fact, I've never seen a Conjuring movie. I am the abnormal paranormal investigator.
I'm really in the middle. Heather definitely takes the cake for creepy, and not just our group, but most groups, I think. She's amazing for it. But I'm more in the middle. I do like some scary movies, and I like Halloween, but she definitely goes deep. She runs, the ERG at work. She posts something fascinating every day, and she has no problem finding the material, I think, just because of how her mind works.
Talk about murders on Monday, crazy trivia on Tuesdays, WTF Wednesdays, where I give some crazy fact that makes people say, WTF. Where did you find that? Yeah. Yeah, we tried a little experiment actually in the Garnett house where we watched The Conjuring. We have a projector and hung up a sheet and watched the movie because I was like, I wonder what, because they do like an exorcism in the movie. And I was like, I wonder what that would it stir anything up?
We watched White Chicks first.
We did.
I mean, it's interesting. And the spirits are probably like, what are they doing? Like,
these crazy girls.
Yeah, this crazy girl. It's not how it is.
Great, they're back. That's how I feel like every time we walk in that door. They're like, now they're back. All right, I guess we gotta go talk to them.
Like, one of my favorite freak is, I guess, horror. I don't call it a horror movie where people under their stairs. I don't know why. I love
that.
but that might have been like the last semi-horror movie, and that was like in the 80s I watched.
Well, there's been some good ones since then too.
Yeah, it's hard because I love true crime, and if it's not 100%, true, I don't like watching stuff. So same with reading books. All right, well,
Fair enough.
yeah, I'm weird. It's okay.
We all are. The best people are.
We'll answer Aurora Brothel's question. What's your favorite equipment? We went over this, but you can say it again since you're going out there.
Yeah.
Heather loves the dead bell. Was that your first piece, Heather?
No, my first one was the SB7.
Okay.
Spirit box, but the bell is definitely a hit, and then of course the tripwires. Love tripwires.
Yeah. And I really like all the simple equipment the best, but as far as the expensive stuff goes, the tripwires, yeah, 100%.
Dowsing rods.
Yes.
Carissa does love the dowsing rod. She's very good at that. I feel like you kind of find your niche with certain, and those are definitely hers.
Yeah.
Definitely, I want to get back into them. I kind of went away from them because you start buying expensive equipment, and you're like, why am I doing dowsing rods? I got this 400 piece of equipment over here I want to use. But
definitely at McIntyre Villa too. They are so responsive. They're like, we were just in what we call Goldie's room. That's the one piece of furniture that Stephanie had, was the chair that Goldie died in that house. And anyway, that chair's in that room, and we're sitting in a circle on the couches and using the dowsing rods and saying, hey, point to Heather. It points to Heather. Hey, point to Belle, point to Sarah. And I mean, it was just on point every time. And it's kind of a two-way street, for that to work. And they have to be willing, and you have to be in a good headspace for it. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to end this show here. First of all, I appreciate you girls coming on. That was great.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Get to know you a little bit about Kansas a little bit.
Yeah, if you're ever in the area and want to hit up the villa or sleeper for that creepy basement, just let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I head that way, or you guys head halfway this way, we try to get something going on there.
Definitely.
Definitely, I'm going to watch your stuff on Aurora Brothel coming up. And I've watched a few of your videos. I don't do this. Keeping up with Facebook, social media is like a full-time job.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I try to like everybody's stuff. But hey, thanks, Donna. Always a pleasure having you on. Ask a question next time. She's always on
Donna.
Yeah, no. She's like my go-to person. I know she's always going to be on. So, again, thanks for coming on. It was a pleasure talking to you. And I always say keep being you, because you guys are doing it right, having fun. That's what it's all about. So,
absolutely,
yeah. I tell everybody, you guys have big events coming up. Do whatever you want to come back on. Even if it's for 20 minutes, just to say, hey, this is what's going on, or this is what happened. Just send me an email and get you back on.
Cool.
Awesome.
Good. Thanks so much, Ryan.
Thank you. I appreciate it.